I would say this model is 100% full. It's half air and half water. If you think you can't live with air, try to hold your breath for 60 seconds to 2 minutes. That's attitude. That's being positive. That's seeing that the world is full of abundance. With that, this gentleman, our keynote speaker, lives in a world full of abundance. Brent, I went to his first build in the second month that I came to eXp. My sponsor said, Hans, you gotta get butt to Mexico, and you're gonna be in a room full of winners. And he was right. So I got there, there's a room full of winners. You guys hear about that, the saying that says, hey, you know, you're the product of the 5, 6 people that are closest to you. When I walk into that room, it was magic. People have accomplished things that I've never been able to accomplish. People are living lives I want to live. Lives of freedom, financial freedom, personal freedom. And this man, Brent Gove, is my brother. I love this guy. He'll tell his story. He's going to pour into us. Brent, you're going to take as much time as you want, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brent Gove!
How you guys doing? Stoked to be here. Here's what I saw in the back of the room. Well, first of all, very emotional about the speakers I heard, man. I heard people paying for their parents' homes, their dream home, paying for the kids to go to college, changing lives. I never heard any of that stuff at RE/MAX, right? Independent brokers, we're changing lives. And that's like, how many got this right? Right? You know the life of the average real estate agent, right? Ready? I'm excited, I'm depressed, I'm excited, I'm depressed, I'm excited, I'm depressed. So at eXp, we want to take it and go like this. Anybody up for that? Yeah! Come on, man, come on. So I was in the front row snapping pictures, everybody see? I reviewed those pictures on the flight home to California tonight. I was scribbling notes as quick as I could, because everything I come to, my goal is to be a student of life, to be a student of real estate, to never stop learning, and sit forward at your seats, sit on the edge of my seat, and then catch this. If you don't take notes, you just sit there and kind of listen. Taking notes helps you actively listen. It helps you completely focus. And then next week when they said, well, what did Tom say? What did, so-and-so say? And you're like, I don't know, but it was good. I'm like, what are you gonna do with that information? I don't know, I was motivated 3 weeks from now. How you doing? Okay, right back in the same old group. So write this down, ready? The first thing I want you to write down. Great ideas, inspirational ideas, are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. How many believe in that? And then if you, what I always do is I take notes, and then I take notes from my notes. I go through it, highlight, asterisk, and then I go back through it the phone. I always shoot this on the phone. I promise you, and this is fun. I'm not sharing this, whatever, but I'm a sizable man. I fly Southwest for hour flights, okay? And when I sit down, they go, oh, great, here he is. I'm aware that I'm rocking the dad bod, right? And I was in the gym this morning, I've lost 35 pounds, I'm doing it. But here's the deal. Jeff Williams called me out about 5 years ago. He goes, man, why are you flying Southwest? You flew Southwest from Sacramento to Phoenix? It's like a 2-hour flight. You should be flying Southwest. I go, I like it. You're free to move about the country. I like their slogan, right? I'm not sassy. But dude, you're big. Your colleagues, they don't like you said, just go first class. You can totally afford it. I go, I got 8 kids, Jeff. You know the scientific name for kids, anybody? What is it? I gotta remember now. Scientific name for kids are ICUs. ICUs. Write it down. ICUs. Everyone. It's really important. Who can tell me the definition of an ICU? Income consuming units. How many do you have? You know, I heard about, so I'm not bragging, but I had 4 or 5 through college and paid for all of them, and you know, Dick, it was Dick, right? Yeah, it was you. And so I was taking notes. I took pictures of all the charts. I'll review all my pictures. Then I'm gonna heart the ones I really liked, right? And I liked them all, but right? And then take notes from notes. Then what I do, so there's the notes, it's like a funnel. Then I write down key salient points from the notes, and then I do actionable items. And my goals to have maybe 5 to 10. And then I put deadlines. This gets done tonight. Like as soon as I get the Wi-Fi on here, everyone write this down. No, delegate. Keep it, delegate. Just write down, please. Delegate to elevate. Like, who can you give this to your personal assistant? I don't have one. Okay, next key point, hire assistant. Limiting belief, I can't afford one. Next keynote, proximity is power. Take up some says, if you don't have an assistant, you are one. You ever done a real estate transaction in your life? Yes. What'd you get paid? Only 10 grand. How many hours did it take? It took me 20 hours to do that thing. How much you make it? $500 an hour, simple math. How much is assistant? $500 an hour? Oh no, they're like $30 an hour. So why are you doing $30 an hour work when you're making $500 an hour? By the way, I've done deals where I showed property for 2 hours, and I showed the home inspection for an hour, and then I reviewed stuff, made a request for repairs, another hour. Then we did the final walkthrough, an hour, and I went to title, the signing, an hour, and when it was all done, it was like 7 hours. But let's just say it was 10 hours. Is that fair? And you made 10 grand. How much is your time worth an hour now? $1,000 an hour. Why are you doing $30 an hour work? Because you're not hanging out with the right people to get you to think differently. So you have to just step in faith and go, okay, I'm freaked out, I'm nervous, but I'm going to hire somebody. And I can afford 40 hours a week. Are you kidding? 30 an hour times 8, who's good at math? $240 a day, right? Is that right? Yeah, 8 times 3 is 0. $240 a day times 5 hours. That's like $1,250 a week times 4. $4,000 a month. I can't afford it, right? Who said full time? Started someone at 5 hours a week. Start small. Did 10 hours a week. I hired my first assistant, Sandra. What did I know about Sandra? I get emotional. Sandra's on her knees, man. She had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. I said, I need a job. Please, God. I need a job. She was a business broker who married the man of her dreams, and he turned out to have alcohol problems, and he turned out to be abusive. And she left it. She's living in a little tiny 2-bedroom home back home. Will, single dad, living in a bunk bed. Did you guys pick up on some of this? This is low point in his life. And she worked out of the Ferrari building. But she's got a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and just ran for her life to get away from a man who was abusive. And she's free for a job. And I finally got the courage, and I was in the right room, and her great doctor, the one relaxation world challenged me and said, you need to get an assistant where you are. So I had enough faith to do like 20 hours a week for me. And it was I think it was $1,200 a month is what I could afford. I told her that. I said, well, try for 3 months. She may not like working for me. This is the key thing when you hire someone 3 months. Runway. And I may not like you working for me. We're kind of checking each other out. We're testing, maybe the wrong word or the woman or something. We're testing each other. Do you like working for me? I say, oh, you do not like working for me. And it may not be a fit, you working for me. So it's a 2-way street. You're right, not a 1-way street, I'm on my way to the highway. 3 months later, my production, my peace of mind, my life had so radically been altered that I offered her triple the pay. And then I said, would you like to work full time? But I'll be totally flexible. Anytime you're a doctor, don't even ask. Anytime your kids are sick, stay home and work from home. whatever you need, I'm that guy. I went from selling a handful of homes a year to over 400 with Sandra. I went from making $150,000 a month to $4 million a year. I mean, $150,000 a month. $150,000 a year. Well, you were making money. I had at that time. Kids that I had. I think I had 3. Yeah, I had 3. I had 3 kids. Then I had 5, and then some friends of ours tragically passed away, and I inherited 3. Beautiful kids. 8. 8 is enough. We have organizations that support 30,000 worldwide. What could you say yes to a bigger, brighter tomorrow? What kind of legacy can you touch the world? Well, I'm not a recruiter. Oh, so you're just about my own sales, you know? Oh, so you're just about me and mine. Recruiting means you love and actually care about other people other than yourself. Just let that settle with a little bit. Oh, this guy had to look at the stage. All right, so everyone write down this word. You ready? Struggle. Write it down. I want you to know every single person in this room struggles. My wife and I had a big disagreement yesterday. And I flew in here emotionally upset. I didn't go to the mixer last night, not because I wasn't feeling well, but because I was having a hard time with my wife. We've been married 35 years. Now the good news is we patched it up last night, right? Because I'm not used to, we don't do that. Like that's not something we normally do. She was seeing it strongly one way this way, and I was seeing it strongly the other way that way. And I'm not going to stand up here and tell you marriage is roses. It's amazing. I wouldn't have it any other way. But we have struggles too. You have struggles in your finances, struggles with your health, struggles with your business. Your 2 best fire agents run off and joined the Gold Coat Company, the Colt Century 21. And then there's KW, they wear a Colt, they all wore red, and they're some sort of pyramid recruiting system. And then you leave Keller Williams, like, that's not us. And you come to eXp, like, they're a pyramid recruiting system. So fun. This stop Keller Williams from becoming the biggest real estate company in the world. It's not going to stop us from becoming the biggest. Come on, somebody. Come on. There's a book. It's the #1 printed book of all time. Who knows what it is? The Bible. Not much better than them close. It's like a million times a bestseller. You know, when you do the bestseller list, like a million times a bestseller. Let me pull my glasses out. I brought them just in case I need them. And in there it says, in this life it'll be full of trials and tribulations. It'll say, hey, you might have some. For example, who here's life is perfect and you've never been through a struggle? Stand up. We will whoop you right now. You don't leave here with struggle, right? You don't have any. It's good for you. How many think it's good to give your kids a convertible, a Visa card at 16, take care of all their needs and say, honey, go, you don't need to work. How many think it's good for them to have a lemonade stand at 5 years old? How many think it's good to go through teaching moments? How many think it's good to mow lawns, collect aluminum cans, newspapers, wash windows, dig ditches, pull weeds? Because I did that stuff. And you guys did that stuff. That's why you're in the room. See, I had a vision in the back of this room. Then next year, there will be double to triple the amount of people. I promise you. You want to go? Someone said, well, how many guests do you have here? Of course, the guests never go, oh, the guests! They still do it. There's a ton of guests that have already met you, but they never wrap themselves out. I came to eXp as a Keller Williams guy, and I sat in the back, and I'm going to check these guys out. They're weird. How's the culture? Keller Williams is awesome. How's the culture? I think it's like the culture, pretty cool. Yeah. And I met employees, I met, Glenn Stanford, and I checked it out. I came back and moved my $100 million team to eXp. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but here's the deal, you're going to struggle. 3 rules of life, write this down. #1, life isn't fair. #2, you're entitled to exactly nothing. And #3, no one's coming to save you. I'll say it again. #1, life is not fair. Bad things happen to good people. Because there's going to be trials and tribulations. You know, God uses that to help you. You don't understand. God took this from me. We did this, and sometimes we don't. I don't understand. While children drown, why a baby's born has to have open heart. I don't have your answers. Nobody does. It's just this fallen world, this thing called life. It rains on the just and the unjust, okay? But it's our job to respond well. Write that down. Respond well. When we do combos and we do bills, we do 55 languages a year. I tell my staff, I tell Drew, who hangs out with me, just kind of like a bodyguard, not that I need one. But they get me whatever I need. Drew, no matter what happens. We smile big and we roll with it. No matter what happens. I heard a guy on the Wi-Fi was down a little bit when I flew from California to Miami, and he was really upset. He's like, "This is BS. We're in for a week." And dude, think about it. We're going 550 miles an hour, streaking through the sky in a silver tube. People are bringing us, and we want a glass of Cabernet, a cup of hot coffee, being served a hot meal. We're doing it in 5.5 hours when it used to take 5.5 months. It was definitely life-threatening. Can I get an amen on that? And you're complaining with the lack of Wi-Fi? Come on, man! This is a first world problem. The real problem is not having water for your family. The real problem is not having food for your family. What you focus on is banned. If you're upset about this, and you're upset about that, and you're upset about this, and no wonder she loved you. Well, you don't know my husband. And I trained myself. My wife bothered me. And thank God she's trained herself not to let me bother her. I'm neurotic. Anybody? Like, come on. Release me. Do you like the paper towel, the toilet paper a certain way? Are there any over waterfall people? And there's the other people, you guys are weird. It goes over. Lights. I do events, I look up and make sure every can light. There's one out, but there's one out. I make the hotel with ice. I get weird about it, right? I walked in here, there was a stack of chairs in the back yesterday. I said, hey, next time, just have them keep them around the building. Not some kid with a stack of chairs like weird. I get a little neurotic things, right? You guys are perfect. You don't have any of that, right? You do. And you're like, Mr. Motivational can't pick up his underwear. You know, there's a shower, there's the hamper. It's 5 feet, right? Now she's training. I put it in the hamper, right? Is it where you with me? Do I have permission to be real? Yes. Good. Stepped over. I had the floor there. Almost stepped up. By the way, funny thing in Phoenix one time, I came running up on stage. It was so pumped. My butt caught the top thing, and my feet rose across the stage. Everybody gasped. I popped up, and they just thought it was part of the program. I'm like, ooh, we running like this happened. Smile big and what? Roll with it. When you go to eXp Con in Miami and they don't have your room, I got here last night, no room. I went to Dallas build last week. I went to LA build that night. I got up to Sacramento, buying a 5-acre, 5,000 square foot home just for an investment property. Do you know if you have a 5-acre home in California, do you realize what you are? A rancher. You're a land mogul. I'm kidding, but not. It's California, you know. And you know why I own that? Because I heard you're going to pay some more. Because write this down again. I said it before. Proximity has the power to transfer your life. So I get on these 40s and 900 employees. He was $1 billion worth of real estate. We just sell it finance, which means you don't deal with the bank, you don't deal with the financial institution, they don't check your credit, they don't look at your debt to income ratio, there is no appraisal. One of these retirees that the kids don't want the restaurant in Boston because the kids moved to California. They don't know nothing about the restaurant business. And they're in their 70s or 80s now, and they're ready to punch out. And if they sell it, they trigger something called capital gains, and they have to pay all this money for this restaurant. They'd rather the kids just took it over, but the kids don't want it. They don't want the dry cleaner. They don't know how to run the dry cleaning business. They don't want the mobile home park that's in Alabama. Is that thing worth anything anyway? I'm just like, $4 million. You know? They don't want it. So Pace just said one thing to me. He was just saying, hey, how would you like to kind of sell it, but be the bank and turn it into an annuity and have no capital gains? and get paid. So I tried it on a 30-unit luxury condo thing, and I said to Gus, Gus, you can pay this off, right? 30 units luxury. He goes, yeah. And you want me to sell for 12 million? Yeah. What if I give you 13 million, $1 million more than you want? But then you finance me and just give me a decent rate. What's the jumbo interest rate on $13 million? Anybody down? Roughly? 7 or 8% typically. Right? Isn't it 7? About 7? You'll read my story if you say 5. Okay. Jumbo interest rate? 5.
7 or 8.
What do you get? What? 7 or 8. 5.5. Do people have access to that? Everyone have access to that? What's the normal rate? Thank you. Okay, don't ruin my story. Now, how many of you have private banking with Mr. Anderson? It grows at a different level. Okay, the rest of us pay 7.25 for a jumbo rate, right, or whatever it is, right? I go, how about you just do like 2.9 for the next 30 years, and I'll give you 13 million, $1 million more, and instead of selling it for 12 and triggering a capital gain of 4 million, when you net 8 million, then you give it to your kids. I go, hey, Gus, how quick do you think they'll blow through 8 million? He goes, 4 years. They didn't earn it, right? No, they won't. Oh yeah, you've got, seriously, Bessie, yeah, like 4 years, build it gone. You worked your whole life and they're just gonna burn it 4 years. Is that good for Bessie? No, it's not. What if Grandpa Gus sells it to me for 13 million? I don't make the payment, get it back. You own it out. Remember, 30% of all the buildings, all the restaurants, all the businesses, all the homes are owned outright, cash outright by the baby boomers. So when Casey tells me this, I say this to Gus, and I go, so you save 4 million, is that good for you, Gus? He goes, yeah. I go, I pay you an extra $1 million, 5, and then you amortize the interest over the 13 million over the next 30 years, you pick up another 30 million in interest or whatever it was. And I just made up that number. I wasn't sure what it was. It's probably $1 million, so I don't know what it is, but it's always shocking how much interest you pay over 30 years. I go, Gus, it's like $7 or $8 million more you get if you don't sell it. You just beat the bank, and then I will pay your kids $40,000 a month for the next 30 years. And turn it over. What do you think about that? He goes, I never thought of anything like that. Did you have any interest? He goes, yeah, totally. So we're working on that deal right now. Guess how much money I'm putting down? None. Guess what bank's involved? None. Guess who's not looking at my debt to income ratio? Nobody. Guess what the appraisal will be? Nothing. Does it matter that I could pay 15 million? Does it matter? Doesn't matter. There's no appraisal. You don't want to pay 15 million. Who cares? Just watch this. There's 30 units. The rent on each unit is $2,000 a month. And how much income is that a month? 60. I pay him 40. How much is a positive cash flow? 20. You take out some management, maintenance, let's say 5 or 10 grand for that. Cash flow positive 10. What happens every 7 years? That rent's gonna go up. Say $1,000. So 7 years in California, that'll be 3,000 unit. So I have 30 of them. How much is the income? How much? 90,000 a month. What is my payment to Gus? 40. Gus is in his 80s now. If he's not here, his kids get 40,000 a month. What's my income? 50 minus, we'll say 10,000 for expenses and maintenance and whatever. It was 15,000. This is 35,000 a month. What happens 7 years later? Rents go down or up? Maybe about 1,000 a month. So now at 4,000 per unit times 3, how much is the income? 120,000 a month. What's the payment? 40. What's the positive cash flow? 80 minus 15,000, 65,000 a month. Was that a good deal for me? Was it a good deal for Gus? Did he literally pocket? This is seller financing. So I took one shot at it, and I go, well, that was kind of fun. Try it again. Did it with another guy, a roofing contractor, owned his home outright. He wanted 1.2 million, couldn't get it. Pulled it off the market and said, hey, I'll pay you 1.2 million. It's really a guess, beat the bank. And he's doing that deal. Nothing down, 30 years. And I went to my friend who's a lender, and what typically does a lender want? Don't just say private bank, be smart, take smart. But most people go to Wells Fargo, Chase, Guild, Bank of America. What percentage they typically want down on a $1.2 million property? 20%, 30. Again, she's always gonna go because he's just smart. But anybody get what's 20% of 1.2 million?
240.
$240,000. And then at the last minute he pivoted, he goes, actually you need about 70,000 of it. I'm sure, here's 70 grand. And he goes, hey, I go, interest rate, he goes, how's 5.4 or something? Yeah, man, sure. You know what my payment is? It's 7 grand a month. For the next 30 years. You know what our Airbnb's for? 28,000 a month right now. 21,000 on a positive income. Oh, because you're going to pay. He told me that I told you. I knew enough to be dangerous. I gotta understand that. No, you don't have to understand it. You have to open your mouth and talk to people. And I go, would you like to not pay the capital gains tax? Yes. Would you like to turn it into an annuity? Yes. Here's how it works. I'm not sure. How do you talk to him? He collected $1 billion worth of property. You can buy wineries this way. You can buy castles in France this way. There's restaurants, popular, amazing. Are you guys with me? Am I off topic? Yes, ma'am. Okay, now. Again, who is a commercial agent? Stand up, commercial agents. Okay, so look around. These guys are awesome. Okay, that was a trick question. That was an absolute, thank you. Go ahead and sit down. You're all commercial agents. You are all commercial agents. No, I'm not a residential agent. You are a commercial agent. Do you do commercial? The rest of you are like, oh no, I kind of referred out. They're done talking. Do you do, ask me if I do commercial real estate.
You do commercial real estate?
Absolutely, absolutely. My partner in Sacramento, I use Paul Frank. Here, I would use my friend Tom. He was amazing. Tom, let's see. Compton. Yeah, my lender was Jeff Compton, so I'm struggling with that. Compton. Okay, Tom. I go. My partner. He is. Where's Tom? Tom, stand up. Would you allow them to say that they're partnering with you in the commercial business?
Oh yeah.
Okay, sit back down. You're awesome. So, my partner, Tom Clumpton, who's one of the most elite business brokers in Boston, been doing this for how many years again?
35.
35. He's sold billions worth of real estate. We would love to come over and tell you what your wineries were. We would love to come over and tell you what your restaurants were. We would love to come over and tell you what your bowling alley, your dry cleaning, your Taco Bell's were. You are a commercial agent. You're walking by so much. You look at downtown, you should be selling 30-story buildings, but you're not a commercial agent. 5 minutes later, you are a commercial agent. And you say, I'm an absolute expert in residential. My partner, Tom Clumpton, you're right?
Sure.
You shoot. Clumpton.
Hey.
It's the Compton. I'm sorry, Tom. I'm reading that. I apologize. It's a
Crumpton.
Crumpton. Okay, well, everyone say Tom Crumpton.
Crumpton.
Wouldn't you love that if you're a commercial agent? Netherlands are here. I want to be one of them. No disrespect. I just, he was up here, so but here's the deal. My partner, whoever's here sitting next to you, they're an expert at the commercial. I'm an expert at the residential. But we would like to come over and tell you what it's worth. Do you know what it's worth? Yeah, I got an idea. My restaurant's worth about 1.8 million. You already gets 11%. Someone do the math on it. Let's do 2 million just real quick to make the math easy. So if he gets 11%, that's 110 times 2. That's $220,000, almost $250,000. What's your referral fee? $40,000. I taught this. One of my agents. They said, do you do commercial? He said, absolutely good. I want to buy a small resort in India. The guy bought the resort. It was small, 48 rooms, a little boutique thing. Our eXp agent got a referral fee, $1.25 million. Let me ask you a question. Are you a commercial agent?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Please stand up if you're a commercial agent. Please stand up if you're a commercial agent. Okay, so this skyline here, you're going to sell one of these things and retire. If I had this client and they love me, I go, Tom, I would do this to him. We're going to, he may say no, and that's fine. Here's I go, Tom, I have a 20-story building in downtown Boston. I'd love to partner with you on it. As in 50-50. And it's totally cool if you don't want to do it, Tom. I'll go, what? Oh, really? What? Tom, just for fun to get them thinking, let's just hypothetically give me a price on these bad boys. I mean, I realize there's a lot of factors, but just for fun, maybe an
100
average.
million.
100 million?
Yeah.
Is your, oh, you are Tom. I'm like, Tom, and then this Tom. I like it. I'll take this Tom. How about that Tom? I mean, there's a lot of factors, but could it be worth 100 million? Yeah. So what's 11% on that bad boy? Now you may take a smaller commission on it. Just the poultry, 5%, right? What you may, right? But the checks are massive in the commercial world. And you partner with him, and let's say his commission is 10 million because he doesn't back down. They see him through his 35 years of expertise, and they give him 11%. 100 million, what's that? $11 million. Your partner's 50-50. What'd you just earn? $5.5 million. But you're not a commercial agent. See, Tony Robbins says your identity will move you forward or pull you back. You drive the kind of car you deserve. You live in the kind of home you deserve to live. You have the lifestyle, the vacations you deserve to take. 3 rules of life. Number 1, it's not fair. Number 2, what is number 2? You're entitled to nothing. Quit thinking you're entitled to anything. You're not. And number 3, no one's coming to save you. You got to save yourself. And that's where self-respect comes from. America knows the story, rising from the ashes. One guy here and said, this was the low point of my life. I got into real estate in 1996. You know what I did in 95? I went bankrupt. And the friend goes, man, can we go for a road? I said, just go for it. And he goes, change what you're doing. I've got my real estate license. Can you make any money? I said, yeah. And I started real estate. I sold 3 homes my first 6 months. I wasn't even good at it. But, you know, write this down. At first it's hard, then it's not. Write this down. Simple scales. Fancy fails. The more complicated the plan, you're not going to do it. Simple scales. Fancy fails. It applies to everything. This is a great quote. So, write this down. You have a choice. You can be a victim or a victor. The victim says, interest rates are at 7%. I can't do it. Energy goes, so focus flows. You know what I believe? I believe you can't do it. I believe a man or woman is about as happy as they make up their mind to be. Make a decision to be great. Make a decision to focus on what's good. Like everyone ready? Everyone just take the big ride. So I met people who told me during COVID they went to the hospital for 3 weeks and they could barely get it. But we forget what it's like to take a nice deep breath and be able to breathe. Maybe that has been the past. You forget, maybe you were dealing with gut issues and now you don't have them. You know, I'm really suffering right now, foods I eat, sugar, this. Okay, but what can you be grateful for? And you have a choice, because if you stay in the pain, you get more pain. It's like this, Tony Robbins teaches us, I'm a huge fan. If you focus on the fact that you're feeling sorry for yourself, this is where depression and anxiety comes from. Then pretty soon you're feeling sorry for yourself, that you're feeling sorry for yourself, because you're feeling sorry for yourself, and it's a downward spiral. So I had a panic attack. My mom used to have them, and I remember just knowing that feeling. You're weak. Like, I never panic. Who panics? I had no framework for it. And Kathy and I got divorced in 2010. I didn't live at home for 8 months. We had a really hard time. And I'm telling you, man, in the area of marriage, I'm transparent. I walk with a limp today. And that's a good thing. I love the people. I mean, you look at Will and Veronica, beautiful couple, you know, the Columbia story, everything. They're gorgeous, right? Are they not just a beautiful couple? And sometimes if they both overlap, no wonder they look like movie stars, you know? I'm just really, I like the people who get up here, maybe they're not so pretty, right? I'm a guy, I even thought, well, look good, okay? Looks good, she looks good, they can do anything, right? I like the ones who get up there and they're like, hey, we're building Piggy Flop Bottom. And, you know, we spoke to 30 people this year. We got 1,300 people in a group, and we're traveling the world and retired. And I'm fired up. We're going to do this thing. But now, you're going to hear from my husband, Bill. I'm Bill! I'm from Bill's Station down the road. I got my license. There's Veronica over here. And, well, I wasn't trying nothing, but, because, whoever over here. And now we're rich and we travel the world. And it's so great. They weren't even that good. I love those people. You know, like those people? They take away excuses. And nothing against Will and Veronica. They were amazing. I couldn't get up. Who ate them up? They were just great. The Bible says don't be under us and other people, but maybe a little of them. Or just amazing, right? And it's okay, you appreciate them. But are you going to be a victim of the interest rates? Are you going to be a victim of your thinking? Write this down, another singer. Your mind was made to serve you. How do you believe that? But how many of you are serving your mind? You're like falling into those ruts. Why can't I break this pattern? Your mind isn't serving you, you are serving your mind. So I'm going to teach you how to break that down. Victim or victor. You have to, no matter what happens, what's the silver lining? What can I learn from this? When I lost that listing, why did Jack Goldwasser read me? Well, he's the number one killer is in the world. That's why. That's victim thinking. You go to your client and go, hey, Dick Lee, I know you're excited about me, but then you introduce Chad. You interview Chad after me. You actually went with Chad, and I'm excited for you. I'm going to work hard to bring you client. You guys are like, I'll burn this house to the ground. He didn't listen to me like Chad. I'm going to burn this house to the ground. You heard Will. She took all my buyers. I went in there cartwheeling. I'm going to kick the ground. Hey, whoa, what do you say? We get married and take over the world, But his initial attitude was like, who the heck is doing that open house? And they must. And he went to investigate. So I go to my client and I say, so Dick, what? I really want to learn. I'm excited. I bring a buyer. I have a good attitude about it. Have a good attitude with me. Yeah. Nobody stole your client. They were just better than you. Let's be honest. You got a buyer? Well, it's a fellow eXp agent. Do you own your clients? No. And so guess what? But they shouldn't do that. That's a victim mentality. Well, I was going to sponsor so-and-so, and someone came in and swooped up. The better question is why? So, Dick, I just want to learn this how to provide for my family, and I'm not trying to make you feel guilty, not at all. I just want to learn to become better. No, you did great, Brent. Tell me I did great.
You did awesome.
I did awesome, but you listed with Chad. So it's not that I realized I did awesome, I did well, but what did he do that was different? I really want to learn. It's how to provide for my family. See, this is called a forensic audit of why your buyer bought with Coldwell Banker or an eXp agent. Why your seller listed with Keller Williams or Compass or an eXp agent or whatever company. Like, do forensic audits, ask why. And then when he says something, don't argue with him, just take notes. And then ask questions and questions. So I remember one time I did this. And the seller goes, well, you did great. We were definitely listening with you, but we go, dude, one more. This guy, Steve, came in. And man, he came in and he goes, I want this listing so bad I can taste it. You say jump, I say how high. I promise you this, nobody will outwork me. I got energy, I got marketing, I will move every rock, I will turn over every leaf. I will sell this house in the shortest amount of time at the highest possible price. Give me a chance. What do you say? And, well, write this down, write down another zinger. High energy equals high results. The reason you do open houses like I do open houses, but you don't get results when I did is because you're boring. Mm-hmm. You're boring. You're like, blah, blah, blah. You sound like a million other open houses. But when you're excited, because Zig Ziglar says the key to sales is enthusiasm, specifically the last four letters. What are the last four? What do you say? I-A-S-M. Write that down. I-A-S-M. Who knows what that stands for? I am sold myself. Thank you, Matthew. Yep. All my brothers that are my age, because we were raised on Zig Ziglar. I've sold myself, man. This movie was so good, the new Top Gun. You gotta see it at the beginning, when it kicks off. And this restaurant, oh my gosh. I've never had Italian food. You have Thai food like this, Mexican food. It's authentic. It was so good. I think I want to check that place out. Or hey, you should check out Lorenzo's Cafe, they have great Mexican food. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You guys with me?
Yeah.
But when you're like, if you come to eXp Con Miami, it's gonna change your life. It's gonna be a fork in the road moment. The superstars of eXp fly from all over the world. It happens once a year. When's the next one? A year from now. I went and changed my life. You know the springboard to Cabo is eXp Miami, and you're not even thinking about going. Every single one of you should be down in Miami. It's a quick, easy flight. I just flew up here. And go down to Miami, and then they told me to do this 8 years ago when I joined eXp. And I went to San Antonio by myself. And I went out there, and I sat right about here. Right about here. Oh, too much stuff on that chair. Right about here. Your pen's getting crushed right now. And I'm looking at everybody. I'm a Keller Williams agent. I got my old 18 agent team, 6 listing specialists, 12 buyer specialists. Doing about 118 million a year. I don't particularly need eXp, but I was attracted to the stock, equity, ownership. We didn't own the company with Gary Keller. We loved the culture, but we didn't own it. I've been almost a decade, had nothing to show for it. I was a happy renter. Give me happy renters, you know? You're happy. I love my broker. Just repeat after me. Replace the word. I love my landlord. Say, I love my landlord. What do we say to our clients? Yeah, well, please rent for 20 or 30 years. That's really smart. Is that what we say to our clients? No, we give them the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We talk to them about what Rich Dad did and Poor Dad. Poor Dad loves his broker. Rich Dad buys real estate. Are you with me? And it applies to everything in life. So I sat there and I watched, and they said, come to Fort Lauderdale. I lived in California. Boston, Massachusetts, down to Miami, they have direct flights. You know that? They did it yesterday. We had to stop in Dallas or Denver or Charlotte to get down to Miami. At least that's how we did it because they were cheaper and I was new. So they said, you gotta get to Miami. It was the eXp Con. It was 8 years ago. I came as a guest, and I go, okay, I'm going. I had about 4 or 5 months notice. And then, do you think it impacted me being there? Do you think it was the key to the whole thing? Wrong. I'm setting you up again. See, I showed up with 14 agents I sponsored during that time, and then 5 guests. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Plus their spouses, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Some of them had partners. Some of them brought their operations manager. I brought 19 legs, right? How do you have a little tangerine tree in your backyard? You pick some tangerines, or an orange tree, or a plum tree. But if you have 19 tangerine trees, if you have 19 vines, you get a mini vineyard. You have a mini orchard. I brought a mini orchard to Fort Lauderdale, and we flew 8 hours to get there one way. And I had them buy their own tickets. And if they just want to do it, I said, look, I'll split the ticket with you. This is going to change your life. If they still want to do it, I said, look, I will buy the ticket. You don't even know me, and I'm going to invest my money. When's the last time anyone flew you across America? Seriously, when was the last time Eric anyone's flown you coast to coast? Someone flew you. Wow, I've never heard anyone say that. It's awesome, dude. You and Dick are screwing everything up, man. When's the last time anyone flew you anywhere? Stand up.
Come here, stand up there.
Hug anyways, I just give you hell. He really wants this hug. You both sound good. Now, okay, so he's your life mentor. I love that. And they're sitting by each other, brothers. I brought 19. The key was not me going. The key was getting the other. Sorry about the light. I heard it crack. Now, the key. Did you do that? I did. The key was, see, those nights, I had the vision. That's why next year this room is gonna double and triple in size, because you're gonna get people here next year. eXp Con Miami is the springboard to Cabo. Cabo's March 3rd, 4th, 5th, 7th, and 8th. Why do you know the dates? Because my birthday is March 2nd. Really? Yeah. Not yet. Pull down. All right. Whoa. Good. So many all my secret weapons. That's my family up there. So anyways, I had 19 people go on a journey with me and their spouses if they were able to get in there. It was a 12-inch drop, the 12-inch shirt from their heads, like I should do this to their hearts. And my business exploded. The key to eXp Con, Miami, is not you going alone again. You're here alone. I was in San Antonio alone, and I said never again. People need to see the vision. You go home, and they did this, and Will and Veronica said that, and Tom, Crump. Yes! He said this, and I'm going to use him on a deal. And someone asked me if I'm in commercial. I'm like, absolutely. My partner, Tom Crumpton, and I are experts. Is that a different answer than you've been saying? I can get you a referral if you want. No thanks. Do you feel me? Energy equals output. High energy equals high results. Okay, so moving along. I want to say this. The key to life is the alphabet. They teach that in kindergarten. What do you mean the alphabet? It always gets down to the basics. Gentlemen, this is a football. One of the most famous football coaches of all time. The key to life is the alphabet, specifically the letters B and D. The day you were born, the day you die. And then specifically, the letter that changes it all, the letter C, which stands for the choices you make. You have a choice to carve out a little time. I had 18 to 28 listings. I decided to fly to Lawton and sit there in the audience. I got it finally. I got the light. And watch Jay Kenner, the #1 cold bank agent in the world. I decided I would trip. We didn't know that. We didn't notice. You should laugh at yourself and smile big and roll with it. In life, everything life's better that way rather than like, my coffee's cold. And they forgot my rice, my steamed rice. You guys with me?
Yeah.
Who do we like? We like people with a great attitude. In the room, Jenny's here, Bill's here, Tom's here, Kevin's here, Tom, Marissa, who are amazing. Let's hear it for Tom and Marissa. Because they're room lifters. They're room lifters.
Yeah.
Be a room lifter, and how about this? Be a Zoom room lifter. Smile. Don't sit there on the side. We're watching the speakers watch you. Some of you look like you pretty much want to kill us. You have resting serial murderer face. I was in Salt Lake a month ago, and this woman was just like, oh, she hates me. She's not cracked a smile, doesn't think I'm funny. Afterwards, I go, how was it? She's best thing I've ever seen in my life. And just so you know, I couldn't stop looking at you the whole time. Not to be weird, but your face, I was quite sure that you were so agitated. I go, you gotta smile a little. And it feeds the speaker. Are you with me? Yeah. But also, if you learn to smile when you talk at open houses on listening, it's weird. It feels weird. But once you don't do it, it's like, it feels great. You know, today, and I'm not trying to brag, but I tipped over 100% of my bill at breakfast. The service was exceptional. That wasn't my experience. I'm smiling. Everyone. I had 4 or 5 people wait on me. They don't know me. I walked back to my room and I go, I'm going to talk to the general manager and say that stuff doesn't happen by accident. I'm going to praise the general manager. The guy gave to me, she's scrubbing a windowsill. He's missing a tooth. He turns around and he goes, hi, how are you? How's your day going? I go, better now. And then I go to my room, pack up everything up. I'm coming in here this morning. He stops the gate and goes, oh, hey, how you doing? Not a big smile. I go, good. I reach in my pocket, I have $40. He's like, no, this is too much. I didn't do anything. I go, yeah, you did. You greeted me warmly. And after you do it, how would you like to just, you know, I turned a rental car in, and this woman was so amazing. She was great. And I give her a $100 bill. Just turning in my rental car. She burst into tears. She just couldn't stop. So, and I'm like, what's going on? She was, I didn't know. I was getting home. I was shocked I made it to work. She literally says, I prayed to God that somehow the car would get to work. I'll deal with it. I could put gas in my car, home with my kids. I reached in my pocket and I gave her all the money I had. I had $700 in my pocket to give it to her. It's no big deal. Write this down. You play life small, and you are. So am I. I'm playing small. I'm playing way small. Us playing life small is not serving humanity. Jesus came to serve and not be served. So how about you? Tell you that light is gone. Proximity is power. Tony Robbins says nothing has the power to transform your life more than proximity. What happens when you get someone to a major event? Major decisions are made, you've heard of that, right? Major decisions are made at major events. eXp Miami is our company's annual convention. What kind of journey are your guests going to take when they get there, and how long is that journey? Who could tell me? I already gave you the answer. Who was listening? Who said 12 inches? I have something for you. It's a $100 bill. Get up. Here you go. You were listening. $100 bill for you. You're listening. Thank you. With Daniel and Brett. Right on, baby. We on the kiss. Both be the same way. Tell you what. In life, you can go through some hard times. What are those things called?
Opportunities.
Nope. Trials. Who said trials? Trials and tribulations. That's what's going to happen in life, man. Trials and tribulations. Now you give it to someone. You pay for it. Give it to the rental car lady. Give it to the bus boy, right? Trials and tribulations in life, right? I'll say some. I got more in the pocket. We'll get it. You know, we went to a fellowship of Christian athletes thing. We were so moved. We gave away hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars because we believe that there is a suicide problem and an anxiety and depression problem in the high schools, and they're giving people hope, and professional athletes, guys like Michael Jordan, and skateboard stars, people who have got their life story going and share a message of hope here in their city. I love that. I have a friend, their son, 21, beautiful. They showed pictures of him last weekend. I love him. He took his life. Beautiful pictures. He just quietly took his life. A life suicide. I put my money where it does good. You with me? Mm-hmm. It's not just about me and mine. It's about us and everyone, right? So what do I do? What do I do? Write this down. Massive action creates results. Tony Robbins says that. That was my big breakout moment in 1999. I ran out of escrows. I ran out of money. I was 34 years old. I had been selling on average of 3 homes a month. Sometimes 4, but 3, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5. One time I sold 7. But at 3 in escrows, 4th of July weekend, right? It was actually June 30th, right before 4th of July weekend. And I'll just shorten up the story. They all fell out for different appraisal issues. Buyer sold the home, inspector got scared, and the lender couldn't deal with it. I went from having 30,000 in escrow to nothing in escrow. Then I started calling clients in a panic, like, hey, we're going to the lake, we're going to the river, it's 4th of July, we're going to the cabin, we're going to the beach house, we're going to go visit family, and nobody wanted to go look at real estate. I panicked. And I realized, oh my gosh, if it takes them a week to recover after their week 4th of July summer vacation, I'm not even start until July 15th, and if it takes me a week or 2 to sell a house, it could be the end of July before I sell a house, which is not unusual for me then. And then if I do a 38-day escrow, it's like September 1st. In other words, I'm going without income all summer. Does anyone have monthly bills, or is it just me? And I was 34 years old. I went bankrupt at 29, right before I got into real estate, and I went right back to being totally broke. It freaked me out. And something snapped. I could blame God for that moment, or I could blame myself. Your ego's not your ego. So you know what I did? Who could tell me the #1 skill in real estate? I haven't told you that answer yet. I'm not going to give you 100, but who knows the #1 skill in real estate?
Smile.
That's good. Public relations, good. #1 skill of all things you can do in real estate.
Resilience.
You guys are into this. He's got more money in his pocket. Good, great answers. None of those were wrong, but it's master Master lead generation. Write it down. There's a quote from Seneca, nothing's changed in thousands of years. He said, it is not because things are difficult that you do not try. It is because you do not try that things are difficult. I'll say it again. Write it down. Stamp it in the pen. It is not, Seneca, a Greek philosopher, I believe, he goes, it is not because things are difficult that you do not try. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. See, but you grab a marker here, and right on this board here, here is you. You're in the box. Your job is to break out of the box. But your proximity, because you're around people who think like you, keeps you trapped in the box. I'm about to kick this wall down for you. And I'm gonna kick this wall down for you, I'm gonna kick this wall down for you, and I'm gonna kick this wall down for you. We're gonna do this to your thinking. We're gonna expand your thinking, and yes, I see the letters eXp in that one, don't you? We're gonna expand your thinking. We're gonna get you to think differently. Think the same old thoughts, get the same old predictable results. Do the same old stuff, get the same old predictable results. What's that? I'm excited and depressed, I'm excited and depressed, I'm excited and depressed. And eventually, after 10 or 15 years, you get divorced. Eventually, you hit a low spot where things tough and you go bankrupt. Eventually, you go burned out. But if you will, while you're doing that, this I'm excited, I'm depressed journey, right? And that's real estate, this little thing, right? You want to elevate who you're hanging out with. Elevate who you're hanging out with. You want to get in the right proximity. Proximity is power. Proximity, Tony Robbins says, nothing more powerful will change your life. There are people who could have been here income. They chose to stay home. Staying home changes nothing. When you talk to people about going to eXp Miami, you stay home, show property, it's just another weekend. I'm going for a life transforming weekend. I go to UPW for that. I go to John Maxwell for that. John Maxwell said something that blew my mind. He said, when opportunity comes, what? It's too late to, when opportunity and preparedness meet, success happens, right? That's how I've heard for 40 years. He said something different I've never heard in 40 years. I was sitting right where you guys are. John Maxwell's right here. I got invited to something. There's like 1,800 people, and he's on the stage, and I'm right here. So he said, hey, sit at my table. I'm taking notes like my life depends on it. Your life depends on it too. And he said this, he goes, when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. So what have you been reading? What podcasts are you listening to? I was listening to 10X is better, easier than 2X on the treadmill this morning. I was listening to 10X is easier than 2X when I'm bench pressing and lifting barbells and doing all that stuff I didn't used to do, but I've made health my absolute number one priority. So I'm gonna transform. It takes massive action. And I don't want to go into the gym either. It's hard. You have to psych yourself up. There's beautiful people in there. You know who's in there? I'm in there. I am beautiful. So there's, I think they're all beautiful. They're not all beautiful. Some of them have good smiles. Well, just demonstrate the power of smiling. Try and be mad at me right now. Just try it. I dare you. Try it. Think at you. I can't be mad at you. Do you smile? Everybody smiles. That's your Brent Gove. No. I did this when I was bankrupt. I trained myself to smile. Would you focus on expanse? Charlie's always said, focus on gratitude. Like everyone's like, success. When I get the house, when I get out of debt, here I am, right? I'm a really powerful artist. And then here are my dreams. The white picket fence, the cabin, the beach house. And when I reach there, I'll be happy. And that's a lie. You will not be happy. Your marriage may be worse. Success is the journey. It's today. There's a great saying. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is the gift. That's why they call it the present.
Some Kung Fu Panda.
The front, you're driving your cars home, big windshield, rearview mirror, tiny. Some of you are perpetually stuck doing this. Perpetually, but this happened to me when I was 5. My dad left when I was 10. You're trying to go this way, but you're looking backwards to the tiny rearview mirror. like texting and driving. No wonder you hit a pole. No wonder your marriage is in trouble. Go to counseling. I went to counseling. I hate it. It sucks. I hated it too. Played rugby in college. I sat there and dreamed about tackling Dr. Scott's ass. His second story, big glass window behind him like this. And when I just didn't like what he was saying to me. I dreamed. My eyes were busting over because I did not like what he was saying to me in 2010. If I hit him just right, we're going right through the plate, and I'll smash him into the thing, be like, that's violent. Yeah, it was great. It helped me get through the first month, and the second month got better. And he's like, well, you need to be more present, Mr. Gove. I'm like, who the hell talks like that, weirdo? Present. I'm here, aren't I? I learned how to be present. I still hate the word, but my wife likes the result. What does that mean? Well, let's pretend this is a cell phone. Here, can you catch it? And leave the cell phone on your desk and go out on a date. That's your addiction. Leave the cell phone home and be present and look into the eyes of your lover. That was weird. I know Chad well. We are not lovers, we're buddies. My wife is my lover. I couldn't resist. And your friends. But be present with your friends. Don't be on your cell phone. Your 5-year-old needs you. Your 10-year-old needs you. I was at the sushi bar with a buddy of mine who owns a moving company. Years and years and years and years and years and years and years ago. And we're talking, everything's fine. I go, so how's your family, man? Boosh! Just instant explosion of tears. He leans over and sobs uncontrollably. And I couldn't console him. 15 minutes. There's a pile of tears. Like I've never seen a grown man cry in my life since or before. Because his 18-year-old, who was spending way too much time online, they knew he was sad, they knew he was depressed, they knew he felt like an outcast and didn't fit in. They knew he had anxiety and depression, they were trying to help him. And they were doing what they could, but he had to make a living, and he doing what they could. They didn't realize quite how far bad it had gone. And he took his life. And you can't get the genie back in the bottle. Why are you bringing this down? Because you're somebody's lifeline. You're going to save somebody's life. Let's start with your teenage children. How do you do that? You be present. You talk to your daughter Sarah. I have Sarah. You talk to Megan. You talk to Christina. And you ask them questions, and they answer, and you ask questions about their answer. Oh yeah, you met everybody, that's great. What time's dinner tonight? I'm there, but was I really listening? Same thing on a listing presentation. Why do you want to sell? Well, we just tired of living in these condos, and we really just want to get home and just someplace to call our own. Oh. Well, what's been living in these condos like? That's the next question I asked. They go, well, tell you the truth, somebody climbed up the wall, got on our back porch, and stole all of our bicycles, and we never locked the slider. We felt really vulnerable and unsafe. And I'm like, oh, so if you move, it's not just having your own place to call your own, it's more secure. Like your kids, like, yeah, kids go out here and play, but there's no yard, they're not fenced in. Who wants your 4-year-old just roaming the condos, right, the projects or whatever? Would you like to have them in a backyard with a sandbox and a swing and some lawn and some trees, all fenced in, where you can kind of keep an eye on them, but they're playing? Anybody like that? And so I kept talking to them. Isn't it going to be great? Isn't it going to be great? I'm going to help you find your dream home. The kids, your bikes will be in the garage. No one's going to steal them. You're going to be able to lock up at night and feel safe. Your kids will be able to play in the backyard. Your whole life's going to transform. And they lived in a little crummy condo, and they bought a $780,000 house, which today, if I sold it, would be probably worth about $2.1 million. It was a big sell for me back then. But I actively listened. Do you guys get with me how you apply to your kids, your spouse, your husband, your wife? So are you present? Anyways, let me get back to this. So that's really important. How about this? Massive action creates results. So what happened? Remember I told you I ran out of escrows? I'll cut to the chase. That bothered me. I got emotional about it. I'd already mastered prospecting. I've had lots of clients. But so I said, that's it, snap. Everyone write this down. You can't hit a goal you don't have. Write it down. Simply not going to happen. I changed the goal. I said, that's it. I go back, babe, I don't work 7 days a week. I don't have money to give you to buy groceries. I have to borrow money from my brother again. I'm a 34-year-old grown man with a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and maybe a 5, a 3, and a 1-year-old. It's unacceptable for me to go to my big brother and borrow money again. He can give it to me, he's my big brother. He loves me. What do you need, little bro? $300 to buy groceries, here you go. He's a contractor and he always had some cash, he paid his men in cash. And so I go, that's it, I'm selling 30 homes in 30 days. That's why I hired Sandra. We had no money, and I hired Sandra and Faye. And so I didn't have an assistant though. I didn't hire her probably till 2 weeks in. So no assistant, had a TC, got paid when something closed, so no expenses. But I had a cup of courage. And so like, entire teams don't always sell 30 homes in 30 days, can we agree? So it was a BHAG. And for those of you that are note takers, and a lot of you know this, you know, here it is, the BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goal. It's big, 30 homes in 30 days, not a year. It's hairy, like, ooh, geez, how am I gonna do that? No idea. Audacious, like, who do you think you are? As an individual soloist, how dare you sell 30 homes in a month? Just, if I did 33, if I just did 30 this year, I'd be happy. Ain't gonna go, you know I have. But how will I do it? Doesn't set the goal. I had no idea how to do it. It was audacious, and it was a big, hairy, audacious goal. I don't set goals. This changed my life forever. So the goal begged the question, if I were to sell 30 homes in 30 days, how would I do that? I never asked myself that question. Let me ask you a question. How would you sell a home every day for the next 30 days? And the answer became very clear when the goal was so big. That's why 10x is easier than 2x. By the way, how many homes have I been typically selling a month? Did you hear earlier? Who said that? You guys better speak up. How many hunters does he have in there? Lots. Now, so 3. How many is 30? In multiplication terms? 10x. When I was trying to eat the 6, couldn't do it. So some 30, and I asked a question, the goal being, how would I do that? And I had to answer the question. It was very simple. Remember, simple, scales, fancy, faith. I have to show property every day. I must show property every day. Part of that goal, my wife would say, what are you doing? Oh, babe, I'm going down to Remax School today. I'm going to, call some prospects, maybe set up an open house, try to set up some showings. Zig Ziglar, my friend Matthew, will tell you, he calls that a wandering generality. There's wandering generalities, 80-90% of the public, and then there's meaningful specifics. They know exactly what they're going to do, and they're very focused, and they don't roll into the office at 9 or 10. They get in the office at 7 or 7:30 after they kiss their kids on the door, because they've got a job to do, and they're focused like pinpoint accuracy. I knew my task. Somebody somewhere seen something today. Somebody somewhere seen something today. A condo, a halfplex, a duplex, a triplex, a starter home, an investment home, a mansion, going from a 3-2 maybe to a 5-4. Somebody's a piece of land, a building, anything. Somebody's seeing something today. And when what? Everybody's looking at me like there's nobody not looking at me. Gotta get a little Jack Nicklaus, a little shine. A little crazy. Are you a dangerous woman? Are you a dangerous man? I became dangerous in July of 1999. I was dangerous. Not to the public, but I was a man on a mission. I had a mission. I was mission oriented. I'm solving my family's problems this month! This very month! It is now! This is unacceptable! Because I realized, and you need to realize, you were made for saved. You were made for more than what you're currently experiencing. But you've been so beat up, beat down, pulled back, and you're hanging out with the wrong people. So you kick in what Skip Ross taught me 40 years ago. The principle of dynamic living called the principle of vacuum. Get rid of what you don't want to make room for what you do want. Some of you are going to have to eliminate some people from your life. You love them, but when you leave them, you feel worse. Unless it's your spouse. And just go to marriage counseling. Go to a couples retreat. Like, now if they're abusive and physically hurting you, leave. Right? That's a different thing, right? That's not acceptable. Or even completely trashing you verbally, go get help and you may have to leave for a time, but keep fighting for your marriage. I'm a fight for your marriage guy, unless they're physically abusing you. I'll stop it. Anyways. But guess what? First day I showed the property twice. I'm at the office at 7:30. I'm looking. Oh, Tom, I found this. Oh, Jake, I found this building. Chad, you wanted a duplex? I found you a triplex. Check this out. And I'm just looking. I go, can you get off work? I love calling my clients, ask them to get off work. What's it great? Sense of urgency. Is it getting hot in here? Never sound. It's getting hot in here. Woo! I'm like, I'm heating up. Don't worry, we're almost done. We will be done by 5. Now, if you gotta go, go. No, we'll be done quick. We'll be done quick. Hooked on? Ooh, it tickles. Now, maybe I'll use the clicker. Maybe I won't. I haven't even started my notes. How's it been so far? Is it good? I literally haven't started my notes. My notes, Little Boston here, warm up. You guys are just doing the warm up. If you want a picture of this, come see me after. I'll give you a picture of my notes. Everything I'm saying is right here. But here's the deal. First day I showed property twice. Second day I showed property 3 times. Nobody wrote offers. I'm already two sales behind. I'm at 30 sales in 30 days. The third day I just showed property when they canceled. I worked so hard that day, set an appointment to show property 5 times the 4th day. Started writing offers. Pretty soon, I was showing property every day and writing offers every day. Pretty soon I started putting them in escrow. Escrow, sale, 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 sale. Now I'm here to tell you, I didn't sell 30 homes in 30 days. My record was 7. I was averaging 3. I was going, oh, I never get back to 7. And I didn't sell 30, but I did sell 14. Is that good? No, the point I'm making was, I aimed for the stars and land on the moon. I doubled a record-selling month that I wondered if I'd ever do again. Will I ever repeat a 7? I blew by it and doubled the 7 because 10x is easier than 2x. When I was 2x, he was stuck at 3. When I went for the 10x, and my friend Tom, 10x your commercial business. And I may have just helped you do it. Anybody want to work with him? Yes. And the other commercial agents, stand up and give me some love. They're on. Talk to her, talk to them. They'll partner with you. Got you guys again. Any commercial agents, stand up, stand up. Come on, man. Proudly, are you commercial? What? Are you commercial? Where, who? Are you commercial? I was looking for someone with a lot of enthusiasm. Whoa, there goes again. Good job. Who's commercial? See, I am. Who's commercial? I am. You're not going to do it. You do nothing. I sell all kinds of commercials. I sell wineries. I sell restaurants. I sold Taco Bells and Curls. I didn't do a thing. My commercial partner did it all. Just have a partner. And I'm honest. I don't want to lie to anyone. I say, I have a partner. His name's Tom Crookton. He's an absolute 35-year legend in Boston. He's a legend. Anyone want to meet my partner, Tom? You have a commercial partner. Is there a way out of here quicker than I got in here? Boring. Remember I said high energy equals high results? And you talk about Tom. He's amazing. You'd be lucky. Do you know what your mobile home park is worth that you inherited? Do you know what the warehouses you inherited in Iowa were? I have no idea. But yeah, I think they're worth like $3 million. What if they're worth $4 million? Would you like to know? We can pop by or take a look at it and say here in Boston and tell you exactly what it's worth. It may not be worth $3 million. It may be worth 2.5, but it may be worth $5 million. And when you list it at $3 million, because you think it's worth $3 million, it sells the first weekend, and you think, oh, my commercial agent's a genius. He sold it for $3 million the first weekend to his buddy. We had that happen in Napa. Have you ever heard of the wine country? The seller is very sophisticated. They sold like 9 properties. You know what we tell someone who's sold 9 properties in real estate? A rookie. Your first 9 properties, what do you know? Not much. But sellers, when they sell 9 properties, they're what? Experts. He knew his property was worth X in Napa, and it turned out he got way undersold. He thought his agent was great until he met somebody a year later at a fundraiser, and he says, "Oh yeah, I sold the property." He tells him, "It's like, you're the one who sold that? Why didn't you call me?" He goes, "Why did you, were you in a cash crunch?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Dude, you gave that property away. We were all wondering who sold it and why and what the deal was. We didn't even use it for comps, it was so low." Tell that story, tell that story. Would you like to meet Tom? He's an expert. We'll tell you what it's worth. You don't have to pay. So you can call your bank and pay him. What's a commercial appraisal run? Yeah. You can call your bank and pay, $300 to $500, and then he's going to look back 6 months to a year. What we do is we go, "That's great, sales there, but what would it go for today?" I mean, the market's very fluid, are you with me? And so you may find out, if you go back 12 months, it's worth 3, but if you look at what the market's bearing today, it's 4, an extra $1 million. And you get someone from Taiwan or China, they pay cash, boom, no appraisal needed. Would you like us to follow by for 5 or 10 minutes next week? What do you think they're going to say?
Yes.
All right. You're missing so much opportunity. I don't want you to miss it. So what does massive action do for you? What did it do for me? I was never the same after that. I was very meaningful, specific. Water generality? No, thank you. Meaningful, specific. So write this down. I must fail with velocity. You don't fail enough. The reason you suffer is you don't fail enough. Take someone who shoots free throws. They shoot 100 a day. Other people shoot 1,000. Steph Curry's outshot everybody. Kobe Bryant's outshot everybody. Venus Williams outworked everybody. Michael Jordan, they talk about their work ethics. Herschel Walker, MVP, Heisman Trophy worker. Nobody was with me at 4 o'clock in the morning on the sandy beaches of the Mississippi River when he just sprinting up those hills. Sprint. You ever look at his eyes? They're like tree trunks. He goes, "I was alone in the moonlight." But he had a vision. I did open houses that were empty. And I'd lay down on the carpet and beg God to send people, because I didn't know how to do them until they weren't empty, because I copied a model. All of a sudden I'd have 50 to 100 people in the house. I'd get on a chair and say, "Excuse me, can I have everyone's attention?" And then 37 of them give me their social security numbers. What are you saying? I thought social security was about you. You don't know, you don't, because what you say. So sign my sign-in sheet. I have good service, I'll help you. Boring. We sold 427 homes in 1 year, 318 were people open houses.
Beautiful.
Most people have never even sold 50 homes from an open house in their career. We did over 318 in a single year, because I mastered open houses. How'd you do it? Go to BrentGove.com, click on buyer strategies, watch my 90-minute training. Not going to do it now, but it teaches you how I did it. Because I'm a loan officer in an open house. I tell them how to buy any home they want with no money down, no closing costs, because I get the seller to pay the closing costs, and if they won't pay it, we'll buy a different house. No money down, USDA loan, available everywhere. No closing costs, seller's going to pay it, and no payment for 2 months. It's a very special program that I market. I don't tell them any days to market, they don't do it. What do people want to buy? Something for nothing, no money down. What do people have? 650 or better FICO, done. And what do they want? Oh God, get this big house payment. Think about it, if you rent a home in Boston, what could the monthly payment be on your average rental here in Boston? Give me a number. Who said that? Oh, thank you. Who wants to talk up faster now? So, I know you're going to go. It's fine. I love you. Give Chad a hand. #1 Keller Williams agent in the world. I'm telling you, we will be done by midnight. Now, I'm almost done. I'm wrapping it up. Has this been good so far? Yeah. So, I'm telling them you can do it on the phone. This is my special program. And then I give them a little 5x7, name, address, phone number, monthly, annual salary, alimony, child support, sign here, fine print, opposition, full credit. I get 37 of those in 3 hours. 19 got approved, Got 19 approved buyers through my approval department. Who's your approval department? It's my approval department. I don't say it's through Dick Lee at Guild Mortgage, because they can use Dick and go use any agent they want. I'm their hero. Dick was on his boat. I'm their hero. Dick was on his boat, like all lenders. They're on boats, they're enjoying the weekend, we work like dogs, right? Come on. He's trying to, do you have a boat?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Arrest my case. So they can't leave me because they have no idea. And I call them, hey, congratulations, Keith, I got you approved at $900,000. We could buy any home in Boston, 0 down, 0 closing costs. And there's a few details that apply. Like it has to be rural. USDA, we mentioned that, you know. And we go through the program. There are other, maybe he's a vet. Jumbo loan. What's the limit on jumbo loan here in Boston for financing? 100%. Anybody know? Did you just hear that? There's no limit. You could buy a home for $2 million, no money down. They're waiting to buy because they got to close down. No, you can buy the home now, close your deal in 6 months or a year, and then put down your $500,000 or $1 million. Why wait? Like, well, I'm not ready to buy for a year. Well, fine, let me just show you the best money you can buy for $3 million now. That way in a year you'll be more educated. They look, they buy. Write that down, let's look right down. They look, they buy. You get about looking, they will buy. That's why I show the property every day. They go, well, I'm not ready to buy for a year. You guys say, well, if you wait a year, if the property appreciates 5% and it's $500,000, that's $25,000 more you pay. And a year, if the interest rate goes up to 8%, that's another 1%, and you're gonna pay this much more in interest. And that's what you're taught. That's the worst thing you could say. Go, hey, great, buy in a year. Let me show you 2 homes that you can buy for $1 million today. That way a year you'll be more educated. It takes 5 minutes a house. Everything's real quick. Everything's real quick. And I like it. And I would show probably 8, 10, new, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Lockbox stood open to 10. They do if you take the key out before it gets dark. So they do if you take the key out. You can't take the key out. Sure, it's easy. You go, you open it before dark. Because in California, the lockbox don't work after dark. You can't do that. I know. Anyways, call me a sinner saved by grace. Nobody's going in after me. It's dark. No other agents are going to be cut out. I get there right before the thing cuts off at 9 p.m. Pull that key out, and then I keep the sleeve so that I can show it. I've shown property at 1 a.m. Well, you're kind of extreme. What do? Sleep? I think that's extreme. See, I have to buy groceries for the kids and pay the cell phone bill and the mortgage and the rent. I kind of think that's important. You're going to show us property at 1 a.m. Absolutely. You said your husband's a captain for American Airlines baggage. He doesn't get up till 12:30. You can see him till 1 a.m. Let's meet here at 1. You love the house. Let's meet here at 1. You can, yeah, it's vacant. It's not going to wake people up. Hey, I'll be real quick. Only works on vacant homes. I can say that. eXp brokers, if you're here, just I don't know. Anyways, so is he really teaching that? Hell yeah. Okay. And so I showed that property at 1 a.m. on Kona Drive in Orangevale. He loved it. She loved it. She worked all day. He worked all night. Could never get them together. I couldn't show them property for half a year. I finally said, what's it going to take? And I go, I'll go to the movies. I'm going to get out till 12:30. I'll meet here at 1. I got there 10 minutes early. I turned on all the lights. Kona Drive in Orangevale. Kona Drive. It looked like Camelot. He came, he loved it. We wrote the offer at 1:30. Got home at 2:30. Faxed it over at 2:45. Told the agent, well, maybe it's just Tom, here's a full price offer. My clients love Kona Drive. We're closing in 10 days, not 30. We close everything, occupied or vacant, in 10 days. Stop doing 30-day escrows. We've been teaching that for 30 years. I mean, it's like you're on a Crackberry, a Blackberry. It's like you have a Motorola flip phone. Stop doing 30-day escrow. So my lender can't close in 10. Get a new lender. Because you're going to write a full price offer for 30. I want to write mine for 10. If you're the seller, they're both full price and you get all your proceeds in 10 days. Oh, by mine, I let you stay 40 days rent free, no security deposit. Hit the easy button. Hit the easy button. I win every time in multiple offers. And I write as is like a kindergarten. We use win forms, we don't do that anymore. Print the thing, write as is, scan it, send it over. I asked them why to get it, because you don't know if you did the deal as is. They're all as is. I don't know when we got credit. We closed in 10 days. Doesn't cost them anything. 30. By the way, Tom, You get paid 10 days. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. 1.4 million, that's awesome. And then you go, oh, that's not important. Liar! Liar! Who doesn't want to get paid 10 days from now on $1.4 million deal? Stand up, put it up. You know, I don't want to get paid, you know. If you get to raise your hand, you want 100. Like, you say anything and do anything at this point. Kyle Lawson was right. Now, so, I digress. Let's see. But you were made for it. You got what it takes. I literally just did the preface of my notes. So I meant to talk about agent attraction, but everything I said talks to selling homes, I agree, and applies to agent attraction. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a special Zoom at Brent.live. I'm going to actually unpack my notes and stay focused on step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be analytical, set 8 in my presentation. I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Write this down. You can't fake authenticity. How many think I've been authentic with you today? People respond to that. Well, I don't think they love, I'm not like you. They love you. You don't love you. Even like narcissism? No. But self-loathing? Look in the mirror and it's, why? It was wrong. That doesn't serve humanity. Hitler self-loathed. Stalin self-loathed. Self-loathing is a very bad thing. You gotta, you know, God made you. God made you incredible. I think you're incredible. The problem is you don't think you're incredible. I need you to think you're incredible. I got nothing on you. You got nothing on me. We're just gonna be love. You walk in the room, light comes with you, or darkness, and you know, don't be that person. Don't be negative. Retrain yourself. Retrain yourself. So we're gonna skip to meet us in Miami. Go to Miami. It is October 23rd through the 27th or something like that. Go to Miami, bring people. It's a springboard to this. Ready? I'll give that 10 more seconds. And by the way, you get $50 off a VIP ticket, general admission right there. Promo code 25 RAL y'all 50. Okay? That's in Miami. I'll be there. I'll hang out. I'd love to have coffee or lunch with you or breakfast. Or just, can we hang out in Miami? Yes. Who are you going? I go, are you trying to insult me? I've never missed. I don't skip class. What happens if students that skip class? They drop out and they go to other companies. And this is your moment to get 19 people there. If I could trace one thing I've done in 8 years I did right, it was get 19 people to an event like that. And they took a 12-inch journey from here to here. And my business exploded because I wasn't the only one with a vision. That's what it takes. Next year, this room, this wall's coming down. And it's going to be bad. You're going to go, oh my gosh, she's right. Look at me. This is the smallest build that we do. And because it's the first time you guys have ever done one, Tom and Marissa, I love you guys. They stepped up, the team that supported them, I stepped up. Rob, who runs my 5,000 person build events, says I'm there, he's over there running the home, stepped up. And it takes work. And I give them, Marissa, Tom, and everybody else. But next year, this wall's coming down. Mark my words, there'll be at least double, if not triple, maybe quadruple. I'm excited for you. Who's up for that a year from now? See, these are a bunch of speakers. We have Girls with Grit speaking. We and we have some powerful women speakers. I just realized there's 4 white dudes there. And that was just an accident, and white dudes, Steve. But so that there's 51% of our speakers are women. We have people from every background in the world. I don't know how that got up there, like all a bunch of old white dudes. Anyway, sorry, we'll fix that. But the price, can you pull up the website, cabo26.com, real quick and come back to this? Are we able to pop back to it, or am I asking too much? Cabo26.com, I want to show you one thing on the website.
Okay.
So let's scroll down a little bit. Look at the price. Yeah, I got rid of 2 of the white dudes. $697, right? And there'll be women up there this week. We just put this out. $697. The price goes up to $797, and at $697, the price was 5 days ago $597, and a lot of you didn't know the price was going up. So let's scroll down a little bit. We'll show them. This is the website. It's cabo26.com, and I'm doing a lot of meetings in the presidential suite there where I'm staying. That's the resort. It's so beautiful. Keep going. Oh, stop there. 302 double occupancy. That's your room every night at the Hyatt, included unlimited food, unlimited beverages, and 5 restaurants. The Hyatt Ziva. Every employee will walk by you and go, pleasure to have you here. They'll bow on the hands. It'll be the best service you've ever had in your life. The food's great. The water's great. We've been doing that. They love us. We will sell out this resort. It's 1,000 superstars from all over the world. Like the who's who of eXp is flying in here. And you need to be there and bring people with you. That's the key. Scroll down a little bit further. Keep going, keep going. We'll freeze. That's what it looks like outside your windows. Got the little thatched roofs. Bar to the right, swim up. It's a beach there. It's absolutely incredible. Keep going, March 3rd through the 8th. There's the actual event. Keep going, register right there. There's the hotel to the right. That's the Hyatt Ziva. It's stunning. The airport's back by the mountains, a big flat area, not in the mountains, but then you just take a straight shot to the beach. Look at that bottom picture on the right. I guarantee you've never been anything like it. Look at that one. That's right there. And this is what it's like. It's a tax-deductible paid vacation. We go 9 to 12:30 every day. You can play all day, play all night, and I feel it's like a party. The 9 to 12:30 is transformative. And the speakers you hear are going to be hanging out at the pool and the beach and in the spa and in the gym and in the elevator. Be hanging out with Glenn Stanford, the founder of eXp, Leo Prayal, the CEO. It's going to be powerful. So, because you guys didn't know this, let's see if I can operate. Is that it? Or this it?
What do you want to do?
I was trying to. Oh, I figured it out. Go back. Yeah, I found it. If you go register, we're going to bring you back to the price 5 days ago. Is that cool? So yeah. You'll save $200 a couple, $100 a ticket, so $100 off. And so we created this because I thought, okay, they didn't know. So when you go to, you won't see the staff box until you go to, what is it, checkout?
Checkout page.
Checkout. You can't get there. At first, it's all going to say $697 and stress all to go up like mine did. I went to check it out. I'm like, Rob, Rob, I don't see this. He goes, because it's at